I truly believe that silver is setting up for an absolutely epic crash coming relatively soon, and gold will probably get pulled down a little bit with it, but not as much as silver. Now, I know this take is hot and it's going to ruffle a lot of feathers, but I want to have an adult and a respectful conversation about this, so tell me your thoughts in the comments section and I'll tell you exactly why. I'll even show you on the charts why I think we could see a pretty epic crash, especially on silver in the coming days, weeks, and months, right? Now, there is no guarantee, and I want this to be 100% clear, that silver is going to crash tomorrow. And no one is saying that silver is going to $0, okay? But I'm gonna bring some fundamentals and some technicals to the light inside of this video. Now, I want to make one other thing clear. Most of my net worth is invested into physical gold and physical silver, okay? So I want to see these metals do well. Now, with the caveat, I want to see these metals do well in the right way, okay? Because I have this physical gold and silver to preserve my wealth. It's not necessarily here for me to double, triple, quadruple, quintuple my money, right? Even though it has tripled, but that wasn't the point of investing in it. It was to preserve my wealth and have something for my family, you know, later on in life if something were to happen to me. Now, let's talk about why I think silver, out of the two, has the highest likelihood of going down in a tremendous way. And for that, let's just go back and let's look at the data, okay? How many times has silver shed by anywhere from 10 to 15% in a day? Just over the past few weeks, okay? I'm gonna actually show you this on the charts just really quick. This is not hard to see. And we might be seeing it happen again today, tomorrow, maybe the next day, right? But let's see how many times silver has pulled back, you know, 15%. Boom, there's one right there, right? That's one. Let's get this magnet tool off. There's one. There's two. There's three. Almost four. There's five. Almost six. So there's 5 times since in a month, in 1 month, silver has pulled back 5 times. Now, how many times has gold done that? Any? No, it hasn't. In that same month, gold has pulled back really hard, maybe 1 time, and it was right here, okay? So, in my opinion, gold, 6.7%. That is less, the biggest dump on gold is less than the smallest dump on silver, man. It really is. It really is. Now, this could get it nasty, right? Could come down to another 6.5% down there. But, you know, in any case, how many times has silver done double digits in a day in terms of dumps? 1 out of every 6 days over the past month. Okay, that shows you a lot of what you need to know about it. Second to that, let's talk about the metals dealers. They're not taking scrap anymore. They don't want to buy. They don't want to buy scrap anymore. They've stopped, okay? There's a reason for that. They don't want to buy scrap at $110. They don't want to buy scrap at $120 when they, smartest money in the room, majority of the time, are going to be the institutions and the people that are in those markets every single day, the jewelers, the dealers, the brokers, right? They all know that this thing can drop 15% in a day. They all know that this thing could drop 40% over a week, right? And that it's likely to do that, and I'm going to show you why on the chart here in a second. I'll show you where the supports and resistances are, and another reason why we could see that massive drop. But there's a reason why these guys are pricing in the premiums the way that they are, where they're offering anywhere from 10 to 20 to 30% less than what silver spot is at for your physical silver, right? And there's a reason why they're only offering like 2.5% less of what gold's worth for your physical gold. So, in my opinion, silver has a high probability. It doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. It doesn't mean it's going to happen today. Silver does have a high probability of pulling back 30%, right? Much more than gold does, okay? And we're going to go into the charts and show you where those supports and resistances are at a high level so that you can be ready for it if it does happen, okay? Now, why don't I think that gold has as much of a likelihood of those major pullbacks? It's now a tier 1 asset. The central banks are buying it. The central banks have created a floor for it. And let's be real, it's survived the test of time for hundreds, if not thousands of years. It's always been gold, okay? Silver has industrial demand. That's fine. Which one falls off first? Industrial demand or financial ecosystem demand? Central bank demand? Global world reserve currency demand? Probably the industrial demand. Can a bank, look how long it takes for, just relatively speaking, the Dutch guilder, right? The franc, right? The Spanish real, what was the last one before that? The British pound. And now the US dollar is the world reserve currency. Why did all of those survive 100 years or so? And then we went to the new reserve currency. Because it takes a while for banks to pivot and entire financial ecosystems to pivot away from a world reserve currency, okay? That's what we're seeing happen right now with gold. Gold will be that new world reserve currency. It might not be the currency itself, but it will be the thing that backs it, okay? And that's what happens every time we see a financial shift. From the British pound, why did Bretton Woods happen? Where gold became tied to the dollar, which became the new world reserve currency. Because it used to be the British pound was tied to gold and silver, and then they deaded that. They said, nope, we're not tying it to it anymore. They inflated their currency, massive debt, wars, spending, and then boom, currency collapse, right? Same thing's happening to the US dollar right now. So what's going to happen? Somebody's going to back it by gold. Who's it going to be? Probably the BRICS nations, right? And the BRICS nations have no interest in silver. They do have interest in silver, but not necessarily to back the financial ecosystem. They always have, interest in silver. So those are the people that are going to be buying this and making a floor for gold, okay? But what about silver? Well, it's industrial demand. It's industry. It's inside of our products like our AI graphics cards, right? That are in all these data centers. It's in the solar panels. It's in our cell phones and things of that sort, right? All of our batteries and things of that sort. Who's easier to pivot? A world financial ecosystem or capitalistic corporate greed? Probably the capitalistic corporate greed that would say, hey, if silver prices its way out, similar to how gold priced its way out as a conductor, and then they went to silver, if silver prices its way out, be more than happy to go over to copper, right? So let's show you just really quickly another reason why I think there's a potential reset that could happen here on both of these assets, and more so on silver than on gold. So if you follow anything, look at this SMA, this 200 moving average. This is a long-term moving average on the one-day chart. That is at $48. Your first real support is going to be right here. Give me 1 second. Let me take this off of here. Boom. It is going to be right here from about 101 to about 104, right? Your second support is going to be right here at about 95 bucks. And then your third support, your ultimate support, is probably going to be here around $82. You get under that, it's kind of a free fall to about 70 bucks and then all the way down here to about $54 to where you could meet that 200 moving average, right? Now on gold, you're going to see a lot of the same, okay? You're going to see a lot of the same right here. And I'm going to pull up the 200 moving average and show you how far we are away from that. The 200 moving average is at $3,800. Here's your first support, $5,100. Here's your second support, $4,500. Here's your third support, $4,400. Your fourth support's going to be right here at $4,000, okay? And that's probably where you could meet the 200 moving average. Now, I'm not saying gold's going to get down there. I'm also not saying silver's going to get down there. But what are the upside targets for gold right now? Your first one, $6,100. Your second one, $6,800. On silver, you're seeing upside targets near $135 to $140, and then your second target is $154 to about $165. Now, if you want to understand why those are the targets, why those are the supports and resistances, and why being that far outside of the 200 moving average matters, get inside of Nordic Alpha. That's where I give all of my actionable insights. I give all my trade setups. I give all the high-level TA. I'm not going to give it out for free on YouTube, but if you want the full story, man, get inside of Nordic Alpha. It is $29 a month. It's less than $1 a day. Would love to have you in there. We're preparing ourselves for this, and you should too. I have a 91.5% win rate for a reason, and yeah, I'm wrong 9% of the time, but I'm right 91% of the time. So take it for what it is, and we'll see where all this shakes out, but at least now you're a little bit prepared for what is to potentially come. Everybody have a wonderful day. Make sure you smash the like button on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and boom, baby, bang on that notification bell so you don't miss this information ever again, and I will see you all soon.